Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you present. I welcome you to the SBR orientation session, which we are going to be conducting now. So, the orientation session is going to cover understanding the SBR exam pattern, understanding the exam requirement, understanding the syllabus, and we would also be discussing a basic study plan which you can follow if you're giving your SBR exam in March. Great. So before we start, guys, I want to understand from you guys, what are you studying right now at your professional level? How many papers have you given? Is this your first paper, or have you given any other professional level paper? You can type in the chat box and you can give me your response. First professional level, okay. Okay, okay. So if it is your first professional level paper, we definitely need to put in a lot more efforts in terms of practicing. So that is something that we will be covering in the class. You do not have to worry. Now, before discussing a lot, let's get started, and then we will have a little bit discussion, and we're also going to have a Q&A session at the end, so you can keep all your questions reserved for the last. So, as you all know, the session is for discussing strategic business reporting paper of ACCA. This paper is going to be taken by me, Megha Bhansali. I'm a qualified chartered accountant and I'm an ACCA. And I have about 5 years of ACCA teaching experience. And also, other than that, if I have to be very specific with SBR, then I have 2+ years of teaching just SBR. So I've taught a lot of students. SBR itself. So, SBR is something that is my go to subject. Now, what exactly do you think you will be learning in your strategic business reporting paper? If you have any idea, you can, type in the chat box. Okay, okay. About accounting, finance, fine, yes. So, see, guys, with regard to our SBR paper, first I'll discuss what is the difference between SBR and FR, and then we will elaborate on SBR because you guys would have studied FR, so you will find it relatable. If you will see the chapters and you will see the syllabus, 80% of the syllabus is same. Okay, what we have learned in FR and what we're going to learn in SBR. But now, what makes it so difficult or different? Basically, in FR, the kind of question you would get is calculate goodwill. You had to just do the goodwill calculation and you had to close the question. But in SBR, you will be asked, why is the goodwill 1 lakh rupees? So then you will have to probably elaborate the calculation, or you will have to justify that purchase consideration is so much, NCI is so much, hence the goodwill comes to 1 lakh. So that is your SBR paper, which is very reasoning. Now this paper is very very logical and practical. Reason being, when you are a ACCA qualified, you will not get tasks like calculating goodwill, calculating EPS or something like that. Those kind of tasks will not be given to you. Now because you're a qualified professional, the kind of task that would be given to you would be explain to the CFO or explain to the finance director why my EPS has reduced during the year, why my EPS has changed, how has the goodwill been arrived at, how should the goodwill be accounted for, treated for. So those are the kind of practical situation what you will be facing in your real life when you're working. And that's how the paper is designed. So that's why the paper is very reasoning. You have to reason why this has to be done, why this has not to be done. And hence it becomes a little theoretical paper. In the sense, you have to write everything, you have to reason out everything. And that's where your conceptual clarity plays a lot of role. You need to have good conceptual clarity to write your SBR paper. If your basic concepts are not right, you will find SBR very, very difficult. So, also when we are going to be discussing SBR in class, you will see I do everything based on a journal entry. Journal entry is basic of accounting. So, when you are able to pass journal entries of every complicated transaction, you will understand why you're debiting, because we know debit what comes in, debit our expenses. So, based on those factors, we are going to be passing journal entry. So, you will be able to reason out why we are doing something. So that is basically what you're going to learn in SBR. You're going to use your conceptual knowledge and you're going to be reasoning out everything. That this is what has to be done, this is why it has to be done. So that's with our SBR paper. Moving on to our paper pattern. Do you guys know the paper pattern? You could probably just message yes, no if you guys are aware of the paper pattern. Not aware? Okay, rest of you guys. Okay, I guess mostly not aware. So, guys, the paper is divided into two sections. We have section A and we have section B. Section A comprises of 50 marks, section B also comprises of 50 marks. In section A, the questions are fixed. So, you will get one question from business combination of 30 marks for sure, one question of 20 marks from ethics. This is for sure. So, this has to be your go to question. You need to be 100% confident with this question, so that at least out of 50 you can target to get 30 to 35 marks from this question, because it's a very, very standard question. And honestly, this 20 is very easy to score, because once you practice a lot of ethics question, you will understand the pattern is quite similar. So out of the 20 you can target 15, and rest only 15 is what you have to look at from your business combination question. So this has to be a star question in the paper. Then there are two other questions that will come in section B. Both will be of 25 markers. Now this becomes a little difficult because we don't know from where it comes. It can come from anywhere. Again, out of this, the pattern is also very similar. You will get about 5 to 10 marks, which comes from trending topics or current issues. So, for example, AI in accounting, or something like crypto was trending sometime back, something like sustainability reporting is quite trending. So, any of these topics can come for 10 marks. Now, this 10 marks, sometimes it gets very difficult because you don't know from where it is coming and it's a current issue. So, students are not even having enough knowledge about this current issues. So, this 10 marks sometimes get tricky to, attempt. But if you look at other part of the question, normally we'll get questions from financial instruments, non-current assets, and you could talk about leases. So these topics tend to come almost every attempt. So focus on these topics so that at least one question in your section B becomes easy. Assets, financial instrument, leases. These are our repetitive topics. And other than that, what we have to focus is on our syllabus change. So syllabus change, normally there will be one question whenever there is any change in the syllabus that tends to be asked. So these are the again topics to focus on for your section B. Of course, all the topics are important, but these are high important or high weightage topics. So if you focus on these areas, again all of these put together, all I have to do is to target 20 marks, because I have minimum I have taken 30 there and 20 here. So putting all these together is your 20 marks. So this is your minimum 50 passing, but we don't have to target minimum 50 passing. We have to target a 80, 90 in our paper. So we have a lot of other areas to get those marks for. Now moving on. This is the pass percentage of SBR. If you see, this is the highest in all of your professional level. Mostly the pass percentage is good in SBR compared to other professional level paper. Can you tell me why is that with SBR? Any idea? What makes SBR easy? No, SBR is not easy, guys. You need to follow fixed concepts of your IAS, IFRS. Okay. Also, the paper pattern is quite decided, like we just discussed. So you know exactly what chapters you need to focus on. Plus, there is a standard way of writing your answers. So if you practice on that, you will be good to go with your SPR. And it's a very, very conceptual paper, guys. It is practical in the sense the concepts are practical. The writing part is different in your paper, but otherwise, concepts are very, very practical. So it makes the paper easy. Plus, guys, you have studied accountancy from, I think, your right out of your 10th. So you've studied in your 12th, your 12th, 11th, 12th, your graduation, you've studied at FR. So you've studied accountancy so many times in so many years. So I think that makes the paper very, very easy because lot of concepts you will already know. So that makes the SBR paper very easy. Now, because SBR paper also has good pass percentage at your professional level, this has to be our focus paper to get good marks. Okay. So that's the point I wanted to make, that please work, towards your SBR paper. It's going to become easy to pass. It's not a very complicated paper. All you have to do is practice a little. Then I want to focus a little bit on syllabus change. The reason being, like I already mentioned, syllabus change questions normally tend to be asked in the examination. So these are our focus areas that we need to focus. If you see, there is a lot of reference to sustainability. There is a new sustainability disclosure standard that has come in place, and they have emphasized a lot. And last two attempts they have been asking sustainability question. So definitely there will be one question on sustainability that is going to come. Now again, this question becomes a little unpredictable because it's going to be out of the box. There are no standard questions that we have on sustainability, and it will not say, state what the sustainability standard says. You're not going to get any direct question. They're going to be very application based. So here is where your common business knowledge, your knowledge about sustainability, your knowledge about disclosures, basic finance knowledge is kind of going to be tested here. So please focus on sustainability and also how to deal with sustainability ethically. That's another question that can come, which can be asked. What is the difference between IFRS sustainability standard and European disclosure? So IFRS are global standards, and European is something that's followed in European countries. And what we are going to be learning is the IFRS in SBR, but if you have to work in Europe, the European standard are slightly different. So, what is the difference between the two? Those could be asked. Uh, so, these are the kind of questions you can expect in your sustainability. Then again, there is a under your IFRS sustainability, how do we analyze and interpret the standard and the disclosure? That could be another kind of question. So they could give you some sustainability disclosures that the organization has done, and you could be asked to analyze. So here you will have to, step in the shoes like of a finance manager, finance director, and see how this has to be interpreted. And there is a new topic of subleasing that has been introduced. So this makes leases a very important topic for this attempt. So leases and sustainability are two topics you need to focus on. because there is a high probability that questions will come on this. Now, moving on, this is something very, very important that most of the students are not even aware of. Okay, guys, there are a lot of free resources of ACCA which is available on their website, which will really, really help you in your preparation. I'll also, show you how do you access these material, because they are quite important for your ACCA preparation. All you have to do is go to accaglobal.com. Under the students tab, go to study support resource. Then click on ACCA qualification, click on SBR, and these are all your free resources. And these are very, very important. You have to go through a lot of these resources. So I'll quickly tell you what all are important. Syllabus is basically what is covered in SBR, and the syllabus change is also highlighted here, which we have already discussed. Examinable documents, so basically this lists out the standards which are going to be tested in SBR. So you can also take a print of this. So if I have to just show you this, so these are like all the standards that are going to be tested in SBR: inventory, cash flows, IS 810. So you can simply take a print out of this. It's just 2 pages, and you can use this at the time of revision, or when you want to understand, okay, what does inventory say? Quickly for revising. Okay, this is what inventory says. Account inventory at cost or NRV, whichever is lower. What does change in accounting policy say? What is an accounting estimates? What's an error? So this could be used for revision. It could also help you in preparing your study plan, so you know which all standards you need to cover. And another way you can use this is to remember the standard numbers. Honestly, I don't find it to be very mandatory to remember standard numbers, but if you feel you want to, then you can take a print of this and you can go through it so that you can remember the standard numbers very easily. So this was your examinable document. Other than that, what is important is definitely your past papers. We need to practice all our past papers. Then examiner's report. So examiner's report is basically a report given by the examiners which says what students have done right in their exam, what they haven't done right, how they can improvise themselves. This is something we discuss in class. Once we finish our course, we will be discussing an examiner's report. So this gives you an idea or helps you to understand how do you plan your paper, what mistakes you should avoid, and how to go about it. So that's in our examiner's report. Then technical articles. Now technical articles are important. This is where you get your current issues from. So any changes that happens are updated through your technical articles. So I will give you a list of important technical articles which you can read before your examination, because a lot of these are covered in the syllabus also. So those you could skip, the rest you have to go through. So this we'll be discussing also in class, like the IFRS sustainability disclosure we would be discussing because it's highlighted in the syllabus change. Sustainability development goals, these are some things we will discuss, and whatever is important, I will be giving you the list. Then exam techniques. Now, guys, this is very, very important. So your examiner is giving you lot of tips on how to pass for your examination, how to analyze the question, how do you understand what is the marking scheme, how do you know how much to write. All of these have been discussed in these four parts. Again, very important. Most of it we will be discussing in class, but if you read this by yourself, it will really help you to understand how to approach your SBR paper. So these are list of free resources given by SBR, which you will have to go through. I'll take up all the questions at the end. This is your important document. Now, this is your syllabus of SBR. Now, honestly, it's not too much, because if you look at it, it is only 22 chapters. And now I will break this down a little bit for you. So if you look at this, ethics is something that we really need to focus on. I'm going to categorize chapter into A, B, and C. A being very important, B being less, and then C being less important. Ethics is very important. We know solid 20 marks are going to come from ethics. So this is something very important. Now, if I look at these four chapters, chapter 2, 3, and 4, they are not very, very important and they are very much theory. So it talks about basic concepts of financial reporting, which talks about your prudence, which talks about how we need to follow what we need to do in case there is no IFRS available. All those basic concepts have been discussed here. Small, small standards like your inventory, your agriculture, revenue, all those are also being discussed here. They tend to come very less in the examination. So these are all theoretical chapters. Accounting policy estimates is important. They tend to ask it as a part of a bigger question. So, accounting issue would have been given, and probably there would be an estimate error. So, how do I deal with that? So, it's asked as a part of a bigger question. Chapter 6, 7, 8, 9 are important. 6, 7, 8 are always asked. So these are chapters we have to study 6, 7, 8. 9 becomes important because there's a syllabus change. So that's important. Now, if you see chapter 6 and 7 are completely same like FR. There is no change in this chapter. It's purely like FR. Just the kind of questions that come become different and complicated here. Financial instrument leases are 80% same from FR. There are just few here and there topics which they have added in SBR. So these four chapters actually are very easy because you've already studied at your FR level and they are high weighted chapters. So these chapters are something we need to focus on. Employee benefit is completely new in SBR. Employee benefit and share based payments are two new topics that are being added in SBR. But again, if I have to put it in terms of weightage, they would come in B category. In fact, all these employee benefit, taxes, provision, share based payment, all these are B categories. But your chapter 10 and 13 is something new in SBR. Taxes, again, 80% same as FR. This is 100% same as FR. So you're not learning anything new here. Just the application based is being tested here. Now, these chapters are your put together. Chapter 14 to 19 is what your section A question of 30 marks comes from. So from any of these topic, group accounting, goodwill, changes in shareholding, associates, joint arrangement, foreign currency, cash flow. All these chapters put together give you solid 30 marks in the paper. Again, most of these concepts are already discussed in FR, 80% flowing from FR, only 20% new. This is a completely new chapter. Otherwise, mostly you would have learned everything at FR level. Analysis and interpretation is actually tested quite a lot at your FR level. So, expecting a question on this is very, very low. I do not expect to get a big question on analysis interpretation. Sustainability and issues in financial statements are important because every attempt you get a question on current issues or on sustainability. And sustainability has been recently added as a new topic. Otherwise, it was a part of issues in financial reporting. So, this probability of question coming from here is always there, but from which topic we don't know. So, this also becomes important. So, this is a breakdown of your syllabus. If you see, a lot of them are overflowing from FR, and there are just two, three new topics that are being asked at SPR level. Now, moving on to our class schedule. So, this is how our classes are going to be planned. So, these are the topics which we are going to be covering every week. So, we are going to be starting with the easy chapters first, something that you've already learned in FR. These are new topics in SBR. So, we will start slowly so that you don't find it very difficult, and then we will start building on to complicated topics. So we are going to be doing our FR base first, This is also our FR based. This is also completely our FR based. So all the, probably 1 month is what something we will do is covering our FR topics only, so that you start getting comfortable with your SBR paper. This is something which is new, so adding something new so that you're not getting very bored of just doing FR again. I have given, if you see, one entire week just on sustainability and ethical issues and current issues and all of it, because these are very important and students tend to miss them. They do not focus a lot on this. So I want to focus on this area in the class because I feel 10 marks is something that you can get from here. Then from our mid January is when we start building on, lot more heavier concepts, because you are then in the serious mode, and then you also realize, oh, I only have 1 month left for my examination, so I need to start prepping up, and students tend to get a lot more serious at the end. So we are going to be starting with our group accounting, and group accounting will go on till Feb, because group accounting is huge and it consumes a lot of time, because I want to do as many questions as possible in class. That's why I've kept a lot of classes for group accounting, because it's coming for solid 30 marks, and more you practice, the more confident you're going to be. So even if, let's say we are practicing one question every week, so 5 to 6 questions minimum we will be covering in class. Big questions, I'm talking about 30 marker, smaller ones definitely more. So lot of time will be spent on group accounting, lot of weightage given to group accounting, so that we can spend a lot of time on that. And then we are going to do a examiner report analysis also at the end, probably at the last 1 or 2 class, so that once you have studied everything, you know what the examiner is talking about, how the questions are coming, because we would have practiced a lot of questions in class. So you're going to get an idea there. And now here is where your effort starts, my effort reduces. We are going to have 5 mock tests is what I have planned. So we tend to finish our syllabus by 23rd. We'll finish a little before, because 23rd we'll be doing examiner's report. So by 20th is something that you can expect to finish the syllabus. And also I would request you to maintain pace with me. When you're maintaining pace with me, you will find it easier to finish your syllabus. And I have not planned too much. If you will see, only 2 chapters in one week I have planned. So doing 2 chapters in one week, I think, is quite doable. So please stay in pace with the class, and then you have your 5 mock tests. So we are going to have 2 mock tests where it is going to be completely section B kind of question. So you'll get 25 marker questions here over here. This will be a complete 50 marker question. This will be a 100 mark mock prepared by me. I'm going to be giving you the 100 mark mock. So it is not going to be a question you have seen before. In fact, all of these are going to be new questions to you. So it's going to give you a good practice. And I am going to be personally evaluating all these questions, and I'm going to be giving your feedback on these questions. So mock tests are going to be there. And the fifth mock test is basically there is a pre-March mock which ACCA releases. So you have to attend that mock by 4th of March and submit it to me, and I will give you a detailed evaluation again. So if you see, I've planned it every alternate day, so that at least I get one day, even you get one day, wherein you can prepare for the next topic and I can evaluate your paper. So whatever are the problems that we have identified here, we try to rectify here, then we try to improvise ourselves. So our last 1 week is only going to be on improvising ourselves. So if you see from 24th, we have good 10-15 days before the examination from when we start our mock test. So this is the entire plan and schedule for the classes. Now what all we offer? We offer all classes are live online classes, wherein I would be taking all the classes. You can interact with me, you can ask questions, whatever are your doubts, you can get them solved uh, before the class, after the class, all of them. You're going to have recorded classes, so in case you miss any class, recordings would be available to you. I'm an ACCA qualified uh, tutor, so it's not like someone who has not given the exam or someone who's not aware is taking the session. I will take all the sessions. You have your doubt sessions, mock test already discussed. I am going to be giving you notes also for SBR, which you can use for revision, which you can use for concept analyzing. Notes would be provided. I am available 24/7 on WhatsApp. If you have any kind of doubt, you can always reach out to me. I will guide you. You can reach out to me one on one. It's not like you cannot access the tutor. You have access to the tutor. Then what we offer is free reset batches. So in case you do not write your exam in March, you plan to write in June, all of the support would be available from the recorded sessions for your next batch also. All classes are going to be interactive, little flexible with the timings. That means once the batch is formed, we will decide mutually what the timings are convenient for everyone, and we will conduct the batch. Mostly the batches are going to be on weekends, which is Saturday and Sunday. As of now, timings we are yet to finalize. That's with our classes. Now the pricing. So currently we are offering a discount of 20% if you enroll with us now. So our online classes, instead of being for 17,500, is available at 14,000. All the benefits listed above you would be getting. In case you do not want to take the online class, the timings is not matching or whatever, you want to take just the offline classes, you can definitely take only the offline classes also. So we have a 20% discount on that, so it comes to 12,000. You get all of this again in your offline class. You just don't get access to the live classes. You have the recorded sessions, you have doubt sessions, you have your mock test, you'll get the notes, all of those. Mentoring session, in case you are someone who's writing SBR for the second time, you do not want to take classes, you feel uncomfortable with the concepts, but I need guidance, I need mock test, I need someone to solve my doubts, then you can take the mentoring session also, wherein we will be connecting regularly and I'll be solving your doubts, guiding you to prepare for your SBR. And if you want to only take the mock test, you can also take that. All of these options are available, whatever suits the best. So that's it from my end, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me for such a long time. Now we are open to questions. If you have any kind of questions, you require any kind of clarification, uh, please feel free to ask. Okay, so someone's asked, sublease standard is IFRS 16 only. It's a part of IFRS 16, yes. So we will be covering it in leases. We do not have offline classes. All classes are live online classes only. So you will have to be using Zoom and attending all the classes. But they are going to be interactive, guys. I can promise you that there will be a lot of questions, lot of interactions, lot of, we also do a lot of analysis of a lot of companies. We download financial statements, we try to analyze that, we see how disclosures are working. So we try to make the class as practical and as relatable as possible. So that is something I can promise from my end. No, so I did not mention of any offline classes. I would have told you live classes. So by live, I meant online classes, and recorded lectures are separate. Offline, if you want to have, if you have a lot of doubts, you're feeling you're getting stuck somewhere, you can always come down to my office and meet me offline, and I can clarify your doubts or help you wherever you're getting stuck. I'm based out of Jaipur, so you can always come and meet me offline if you want to. I can tell you the USD cost, so that you know, probably that would be helpful. Okay, it's about 165 USD. The price for online class is 165 USD. This is a discounted price that I'm telling you. Rajat, I can probably message you the location, and also we can discuss this offline. So if you want to meet me offline, you can come over. I'll share my location and address. You can meet me. Okay, guys, any more questions, any doubts with your SBR paper pattern, syllabus, how to prepare, how to go about studying, any clarifications, any doubts? Okay, I think I'm getting better at my explanation, no doubts. That's great. That's wonderful, guys. So thank you everyone for joining in, for attending the SBR orientation session. I hope you found it useful. I hope you've got a basic understanding of SBR paper pattern, syllabus, how to prepare, what to focus on, how to use your ACCA study resources. Uh, so I have helped you with all of that. And in case you're looking for any kind of assistance, you're getting stuck anywhere with your SBR preparation, you can always reach out to me. I'm just sharing my number. My details are here. So this is my contact number, direct contact. You can call, you can WhatsApp. That's my website. So you can reach out to me via these two medium, or you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll be very happy and to guide each one of you. And again, thank you so much for making time on Sunday morning for the session.